Well, we're going to have everything connected, your toothbrush, your car, your home, and then we see all those news about hacking, and the issue of cybersecurity becomes prominent. And Lloyd, your company is doing some very interesting stuff on cybersecurity. There was an article in the New York Times just a few weeks ago in which Brocade was mentioned. What are you doing?
Well, I'll first reiterate some of the other panels said about the telco space, and I think there is a unique opportunity for telcos today because if you look at the capabilities that they have, the franchise of connectivity to networks, that is worth its weight in gold. I mean, all the over-the-top guys can't connect to your customers unless they go across your platform. And the more you innovate on your platform, the more agility you put in your platform, the more flexibility you put in your platform, the better you're going to be able to deliver a better service to your customer. So I will, on the security front, if you think about traditional security, it is firewalls preventing people from coming into your network. It is denial of service attack tools to prevent people from bringing your edges down. And something that we refer to now in the security space as a Snowden effect. The Snowden effect says the bad guy is already inside. You can't build a firewall tall enough. You can't put enough DOS, denial of service systems in place to prevent a Snowden from taking your stuff. If you had an example of customer of ours who, large financial, hired over 1,000 people in the past year in their IT shop. So just basic math, we know that if they hired 1,000 people, at least 4 of those people are people who are either cyber criminals or nation-state agents in their building. Now, the good news is, with the connectivity in the network and the smart network device that you put out now, the open system architecture that you have, you can extract from that network behavioral information. If the 3 of us here are working on a Project Juniper, and all of a sudden one of us goes and pulls data from Project Zeus, which is a behavioral pattern, you should be able to flag that in your network. So there are learning algorithms that we're deploying across the network, that some of our partners are deploying across the network. There are tools being deployed that pull anomalies out of the network. And so you don't have the luxury anymore baselining your network and saying, okay, this is what it should look like. You know, here's a good network. Here's who should be connected to what and whom and when. Because anytime you pull that line and say this is a good network, you've included the bad guys into that equation. So you have to deploy tools that enable you to sense a network and pull anomalies out of the network. And the good news is, because of where we are, Brocade, in the financial segment, in large storage networks, we own 70% of that market. So 70% of the Fortune 5,000 use our products connecting to their mission-critical storage. And so for years, they've been using us to pull and extract data. We know who connected to what storage device, to what application, to what data at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday versus at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. And so the different security agencies and the financials have been using that data. We're now using that on a more broad basis. And again, it extends across the entire network. Convergence to us means that a major credit card company using our infrastructure, when I use my credit card here in Brazil, they know I'm here because my phone tells them I'm here. They're using my phone GPS system to know that I'm here. And if someone tries to use my credit card in New York, they know I'm not in New York. So that it is these new architectures are rolling out new solutions in security, customer-facing solutions that we never have dreamed of in a million years. So to me, it's a very exciting time. And the opportunity for the telco providers, for all of us, there are going to be hot apps that we'll discuss 10 years from now at FutureCom that none of us would have dreamed of if we stayed here for the next 5 years, 5 days trying to figure it out. So this new architecture, this new software-based architecture is one that's an empowering architecture, and we should always embrace it.
So what you're saying is that the NSA should have seen Snowden moving around.
The NSA, National Security Agency in the U.S., using today's technology, they should be able to tell. And it's funny, the companies that do security best, used to do security best, were the financials. The high-frequency traders, the quant traders who have these really esoteric algorithms that they use to trade and make billions of dollars. They had set up anomaly tools within their environment to know who in the company had access to their trading information, to their unique programs. And so they're way ahead of everybody else. The financials, because their business depends on it, are way ahead in security. And governments are just now catching up. And we talked in the back room about some of the best security minds now are in the financials, and they're sitting, next to government agencies and sharing data.